Good morning. Here to discuss the two homicides that occurred yesterday afternoon. Approximately 2:30 yesterday afternoon, officers dispatched to 3850 South Meridian on a shooting call. Upon arrival, they had made entry into the residence and located a 39-year-old male inside of the residence with multiple gunshot wounds. This male was pronounced at approximately 14:35 hours yesterday. During the investigation, we learned that the calling party advised dispatch that he had gone over to the house to check on his neighbor due to the fact he hadn't seen him for several days, and that his vehicle had been parked in front of the neighbor's house and not his. The neighbor was able to make entry through a window where they located the victim. The victim has been identified as a Trenton, T-R-E-N-T-O-N, Custer, C-U-S-T-E-R, 39, and a white male of Wichita. Through the evening, numerous interviews had been conducted. We know that there was some kind of disturbance that broke out inside of the residence, we believe late Friday, early Saturday morning. And during that time, shots were fired, striking and killing Mr. Custer. We're still looking to contact several individuals to speak with him in reference to this case. I'll take questions on this now so we don't get them all confused.
So y'all have an idea of who this suspect is already?
We're looking for different individuals. There are two or three individuals that lived inside of that residence with Mr. Custer. We are looking to find them and speak with them about this case.
Were they the only people who lived with him there? You said 2 or 3 people lived with him there?
2 or 3 people have lived with him off and on for the last few months. Okay. And yes, we're trying to find them right now.
Is he believed to be deceased since this weekend?
We believe probably late Friday, early Saturday, yes.
The 3 people, roommates.
Yes.
You said it was a neighbor who went through the window and found the body?
Yeah, neighbor originally went through the window, found the body, and then later called 911.
I think you mentioned some type of a disturbance. Do we know what that might have been?
This time we're still trying to piece that together. We don't have all the information on that yet.
Was it just neighbors who gave that information? Neighbors heard a disturbance that night?
Just different people we talked to throughout the night. We did interviews till about 3 or 4 o'clock this morning. Anything else on that one?
What number is this homicide?
After this one, it'll be 15. After the second one here. This would be 14, and the next one would be 15. All right. The next one, yesterday afternoon, shortly before 5, 911 dispatchers received a call of a homicide at 2905 South Sales. Individual said he had been over at that residence and witnessed a shooting. Gave the dispatcher bits of information and stated that he would stand by in the 2600 block of South Hydraulic for officers to arrive. Officers were dispatched to the sales address and also into the 2600 block of South Hydraulic to try and find the calling party. Upon arriving at the sales address, they were able to make entry into the residence where they located a 40-year-old white male deceased inside of the residence from a gunshot wound. This white male has been identified as an Emmett, E-M-M-I-T-T. Responded to the 2600 block hydraulic also, but were unable to find the calling party who had left that location. During the evening yesterday, throughout numerous interviews and through the neighborhood, we learned that several individuals were inside the house at the time of the shooting. This house is a very active house in the 2900 block of South Sales that the neighbors were familiar with. People coming and going from the house all times of days and night. We know after the shooting they had fled. Last night we called in extra officers to look for these individuals. We did not have success in finding them. We are still out today trying to locate these numerous people that fled their residence. We're asking anyone with any information on this to call Crime Stoppers, the homicide section at 268-4182 or 911.
Any idea how many people were at the house at the time?
Six plus.
Have the police been called to this residence at all recently?
I'm not sure about the actual residence. The officers in the area do know about the residence and have worked it.
Is this drug related?
Do not know if it's drug related. We know that drugs are frequent at the residence, but do not know what led up to the killing.
What's spelling on the street? Sorry.
SAYLES
What was the block? You said
2900.
2900.
Anything else? No? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, LT. Appreciate it. Great. Lieutenant Ojow coming to give us some information on 14th and 15th homicide for 2018. Case number for the 3800 South Meridian is 18C 24259. 24259. That was the 14th homicide. And then the case number for the one on South Sales is 24302. 24302. Do appreciate the hard work our investigators have been doing on these cases. They were here till early hours of the morning working to gather information as they continue to work to solve these two latest homicides. We do continue to see a common theme of conflicts being ended with guns. These are domestic situations, situations involving or surrounded around drugs. Matter of fact, we had the two homicides last week on April the 8th and April the 10th, which were both domestic, with the female that was placed in the dumpster on South Seneca, and then also the 6-month-old child who was also taken to a hospital and later deceased due to some injuries. Both, again, those incidents were domestic violence related. The Wichita Police Department is actively taking part in a grant working in partnership with the Coordinated Community Response Team to audit the coordination of all aspects from the 911 call being taken to the end of a criminal trial in domestic violence related cases. The WPD is one of many parts involved in responding to domestic violence situations. And the goal of this audit is to ensure that we are operating with best practices across all resources and providing the best safety services possible related to domestic violence cases. You know, we also continue to see an increase. I take that back. I wouldn't say an increase, but we continue to see guns being stolen from vehicles. Just last week we had the incident where AR-15 was stolen from the vehicle, and we were able to take one female into custody. Still investigating that case, but we were able to recover that firearm. So it's just a good reminder with conflicts that are ended with guns. If you do have a firearm, secure it in your vehicle if you can't take it with you, or take it inside. And definitely if you leaving your car outside overnight, to take those firearms inside to be inside more secure, to help prevent the theft of that gun. So we continue to work with our community partners and work in many different aspects to provide good safety services here in Wichita. All right, two things we're going to cover today is an aggravated battery of a law enforcement officer. I did hand you a news release, or there's a news release here, and also a photo. A 40-year-old male suspect on Monday resisted, battered, and fled from a Wichita Police Department officer during the investigation of a stolen vehicle. At approximately 10 p.m. on Monday, an officer responded to a stolen auto report at Davis Moore, 7525 East Kellogg, in reference to a black 2016 GMC Yukon. Through the investigation, a WPD officer located the stolen vehicle in the 5800 block of East Pawnee. He observed an unknown suspect pumping gas and then getting into the driver's seat. The officer made contact with this suspect, who immediately began resisting arrest, refusing to comply, and striking the officer in the mouth, causing injury. The suspect then jumped into the passenger seat of a blue Pontiac G6 and fled from that scene. Another officer did locate the Pontiac G6 at Pawnee and Oliver shortly after it fled, and a traffic pursuit ensued, which was discontinued due to excessive speeds in residential neighborhoods. The WPD is requesting the public's assistance in locating Brandon J. Paxson, who is a person of interest in this incident. Paxson is also wanted on an outstanding warrant through Sedgwick County. If you happen to know the whereabouts of Paxson, please call Crime Stoppers 267-2111, or you can call 911 and notify police through 911. Case numbers 18C24120 and 24128 are the two cases involved with this incident. Can I see that photo? For everybody following us on Facebook, here's just a mug of, again, Paxson, Brandon Paxson. Date of birth is 9/19/77. So if you happen to know the whereabouts of Brandon, please call 911 or Crime Stoppers, 267-2111. Everybody get that? Thank you. Any questions on that one? Okay, continue to talk about good work. Our Wichita police officers and detectives continue to do. This will be posted on our Facebook here momentarily if it hasn't already. The Wichita Police Department works around the clock, year-round, to protect residents, build strong relationships, and proactively solve crime. Good police work and developing relationships are essential to keeping your community safe. As we pursue public safety goals, we will regularly share stories of success from the beat. We want to show the community what good policing look like so they can gain a greater awareness about the many ways WPD serves them and how they can help. Between September 2017 and April 2018, WPD detectives have been working multiple connected burglaries. The burglaries took place at construction businesses, clothing stores, and liquor stores. Video and photo evidence showed the same white GMC pickup used in most of these burglaries. Through the diligent work of officers on these cases, a suspect profile was developed, and a man was arrested, 50-year-old Kevin Dickerman, Dickerman. On April 11th, Dickerman was located and arrested and booked in the Sedgwick County Jail regarding an unrelated pending aggravated assault case. The Wichita Police Department Division presented the multiple burglary cases to the Sedgwick County DA's office, and Dickerman was charged with 9 burglaries, 8 felony thefts, 4 felony criminal damage to property, and also misdemeanor theft. Great collaboration by all the officers and investigators in these cases, and another great example of the police and community working together. We do thank the community for their support and encourage them to stay safe out there.
You said this had been spanned maybe a couple years?
No. This September 2017 to April 2018.
What was the vehicle that you said?
It was a white GMC pickup,
How old is he again?
50.
Do you have the cases that he was?
Yes, I have them listed right here, and I will let you have those. Any other questions? Okay, midweek. Hope everybody has a great Wednesday. Thanks for being here with us, and stay safe.